Welcome back to the channel. My name is SV and we are playing Satisfactory Update 5. In the last video we created this little mini factory for encased industrial beams and AI limiters. And today we're going to be creating one for, two, black powder and then nobelisks. Do I already have black powder on the line? I don't think I do. So we're going to do black powder and then we'll turn that into nobelisks basically immediately because well, I'll separate it. So I don't know if there's much use. I don't remember what's down the line for additional black powder, but we'll get there if we need to. But we're going to build it on a completely separate line over this way instead of adding to that. So, and this is actually where my obelisk, I guess I was building, like, I had a very small setup. This is basically in the location that the small setup was prior. Okay, let's see, how do I want to, I gotta find the center again and do all of that stuff. So these two and then this, and so here's where our first assembler goes. And the next assembler. And we are probably not gonna have enough room. Let's see. Oh, looks like we actually might have just enough room, and I absolutely did not plan this. So how the hell did that happen? That's another Christmas miracle. Let's see here. Got that. And so this one is going to work very similar to the way we build motors, where the output of this is going to be split, but it will also get fed directly into a new factory, and that's going to be for obelisks. All right. I'm getting significantly faster at building this. After how many times already? And then this is the one that we like. Goes that way, and then that way. Yeah, definitely getting better at this. That's not correct. There we go. Okay, so that one didn't recognize that it needed to be facing that way, and that's probably just based off of the build. Like, it copies more or less like your previous direction. Oh. This assembler is off by one. So maybe I was moving a little too fast there. Oh, we're out of steel beams. Okay, well, they're right here. This is why it's really nice to have a little bit of a storage area for super quick access to materials. Yeah. So it's going to prefer going in there. Well, it's actually going to be a 50-50 split because I don't have smart splitters for that sort. But look at this nice little setup. And then all we're going to do is rip out all of the awesome sinks on that side, and then we're going to feed them into this. But we're going to do it a little bit differently, slightly maybe more efficiently, or not efficient, not maybe efficient's the wrong word, but more of it'll be better for us in the end as far as how we want to dump our materials, because they have we just want it passively for points, and since these are now higher tier materials, we're going to be getting more points per, which means we don't necessarily need to be dumping every single one. We can have them all jump onto a line and basically feed up to 270 items per minute, and then the appropriate points that result from that. So you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. When we can do more than 270. We can do like 2 or 3. Awesome sinks to support that as well. But you'll see. One of the things I definitely wanted to do is have power shutoffs. And so I might install those as an off-camera project, because that's just going to require a ton of rewiring of the grid and that sort of thing, and that's not always maybe the most fun thing to watch. Okay, and so this is sulfur and coal, and so I can basically bring these down almost normally, because they are, here's coal and then here's sulfur, and so I'm gonna bring them to here. Okay. And we're just going to do it this way, because then I don't have to worry about jumping all of those lines. Okay. Okay, so this one's going to be our coal line, because it's the closer one, which is right here. Okay. And then the other one is going to be our sulfur line. And that can go like so. And then we'll stop that here. And sulfur is this one. And I think if I did that correctly, I can, let's see here, get them attached to conveyor lifts like I want. So if I do that, that should line up perfect. And same thing like that. Okay, so those lined up absolutely perfectly. Let's get rid of the little conveyor poles here. There's one right here. There's going to be one right there. For one, I don't like the way they look. Number two, let's reclaim some of the materials, although it's minimal. You know, obviously, like, those are not the materials we are most concerned about. But let's take a look here. Let's make sure that this line is operating correctly. Okay, sulfur's coming in. Sulfur's coming in. This one actually might be oversaturated. This line could potentially be one of the few where it's not enough on the 4 assemblers setup that we've got going on here. Look at that. Look how fast that got produced. And that's what I mean. If it's if it's oversaturated, then it's going to come out like kind of exceptionally fast. Okay, so this is going to be right is overflow, center is any. So this way is any. And this is going to go directly into the next factory. And we're going to build this like we did that motors factory. At this point, you would think that I would know how many walls long this would be already, but nope. And so we're going to need to borrow steel pipes for this one. Okay, what if we do this, and then what if we do that? This is like a little bit of a new way for me to put this one together. Let's see. That feels like the right spot to connect. Yep. Okay. So it's those two sorting on this side, and let's get our 4 assemblers down. Wow. We ran out of materials finally. I was wondering when that was going to happen. I like that I could just jump that. I should probably just connect that bridge accordingly to this, but... Alright, where's cable? We're actually not using any cable for any building. Which is interesting. So we could technically just sink all of that excess, and that's exactly what we're doing now. It's just getting completely sunk. As well as any other materials or any of those other lines like silica, quartz, the additional quick wire lines, until we eventually use them. But I have a plan on how we're going to bring those further into the factory. And probably look at that in this one, because I don't suspect that the remainder of this factory is going to take so long to complete. I don't know what these lines are, like the side lines? I don't get that. Okay. Anyway, we've got it. And that actually worked out perfect. I was worried that this merger was going to conflict with that elevator or that lift wall hole. And it's not even close. And so here we're producing nobelisks. And we're going to have a metric shit ton of nobelisks, which means we're going to blow up the... When we eventually get to that like swampy forest, or that really shitty one that has the frickin' spiders all in it, where that like nuclear node is within the cave, I'm just going to effing drop nobelisks on that whole thing. This is what we're going to do. Why don't I add that to 6, since I am constantly using it, but... We really haven't needed it, as you can see, because like the moment you get one of them, you're kind of golden. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do. I'll do it this way. So this actually turned out a little bit easier than I expected it to. Oh, don't have splitters here yet. It's a cool look, though. I like the way that turned out. Okay. Let me place that there and that there. Yeah, I'm for sure. I'm just gonna build a second power plant kind of prematurely to help deal with the future problems, because it's almost guaranteed that they're gonna come up. So the problem is we need steel pipes, which we're using for a different build, which means we're going to need to borrow off of that line also. And then it's that line. And here is our so it's this line. And where does this fall? Directly center there. So what if I do a splitter here? And then over here, now I'll do it here is fine because that actually has no bearing. Yeah, let's do it this way. And then that'll be here. Okay, that's just one perfect line. And then that should go there. We should have steel pipes coming in here. Ooh, I almost made it. You saw that. Alright, now let's verify that this is actually coming out. So here we should have obelisks. Okay, we got one pipe there, pipes there. Fantastic. So the next thing to do that I want to tackle, because now we've got all of these lines that are newly completed materials, and we need to congregate them into some location to be used for something. And there's nothing we're missing, right? I'm not going to build stuff like these just yet. I mean, I could build these out right now for the space elevator, but that's not a priority. And for whenever I make these, instead of just pulling from the line like this, I'll set up a constructor or two for each of the type of materials, like for each of these, and then just some boxes and let them feed and just randomly go in, instead of attaching them directly to the line. I know that's maybe not the best way to do it, but whatever. It makes it easy for me to tackle. Okay, so let's get our materials to the location we want. So we got, this is going to be, yep, those plates. Here I'm going to yeah, I'm going to do a smart splitter here because we actually don't have one. And oh, that's just a regular splitter. Okay, I want a smart splitter. And so I want right to be the overflow, and then center is any. So center is that way. And that's basically saying all the rotors, or whatever this is producing, yeah, all the rotors go forward until they don't. So let's just bring these all in line here. And then I've got my rotors. No, this is motors. Damn it, I always confuse those two. Rotors and motors, okay? What was the output over here? Stators. These aren't the most clean lines, but we could clean them up should we want. Okay. So that's stators. Like, obviously we're not producing large quantities of any of this stuff. So we've got the iron plates coming from here. I just want to make sure we've got each of the ones captured. Got this, we've got those, we've got these two. Then we'll get these two. And I'll bring one to this platform, one to this platform. I think I'm just going to bring them all to here. So we've got maybe a little bit larger a platform than we truly need. But better to have more space than not enough space, you know? When you come up to a spot that has like just not enough space, that's just a nightmare. You're like, oh shit, I need considerably more holy cow, we have so many AI limiters. So let's just wrap this one like it should go this way. We're going to take it to this platform, and then it's going to go over one more platform. So that one's crowded. So we're gonna take it here. It's gonna be 3 wide. Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. We could just go straight out, but I'm not sure if black powder is used for anything, but we'll see. So that should be aligned here. And we're basically just bringing them all into one location for storage. And then also to feed into an awesome sink. And one more. I'm so happy that they did this. There was a time where I played this game where the slide didn't exist. And that is such a key feature of this game, I feel. Now, like, I can't imagine Satisfactory without it. Well, we need more steel beams. We've almost wrapped like our, what is this, like the majority of the materials for these tiers. Yeah, look how slow that's filling now. That we are splitting it into that container, but then also for production. It's going to be quite a while before some of these things are full again. So got to be pretty careful about the usage of our materials. I could always expand and build another. If I find a decent amount of coal deposits, such one with iron nearby, maybe I'll just build a second steel factory to filter into the one that we've got. Okay. So, first things first, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3. Yeah, 9. 9 containers. And I'm going to start them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start right here. Where are the other containers? Are they directly above this line? They are. Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what is this encroaching? That it says it's encroaching. Like what's it encroaching? Is it encroaching the hub? Because if that's encroaching the hub, then we're going to delete the hub and install it on the second floor. Or on this floor, I should say. Yep, it must have been the hub. Okay, so before we just go in and feed all of these lines into here, the plan now is a smart splitter at each of these locations. Oh, that's turned incorrectly. I'm gonna Do it like so. Okay, that's center. Reinforced iron plates. Hey, it is a good thing that we've got about 1,000,000 of them right here. Okay. So we're going to do this. I just thought of something. I'm like, did I mess this up? Kind of, but we could fix it. Okay, so the center is any, the left is overflow. And the point of this is, and I found that you actually have to select any, otherwise it doesn't filter. Any. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay. So that's all well and good. Now we're going to connect our lines, and then we're going to deal with what that is, what that is meant to be. And I think we're going to stop to this point, and then just go like so. Okay. And that's one line added into storage. So now we've got modular frames being built for us, basically for free. That one's our reinforced iron plates, which, how do I want to do this? Let me just get some of this crap out of my inventory. And I want to fill this up because we'll use this one also as an example. Sorry, I have like a habit of sorting things even though I might not need to sort. Here, you can all go in here now, and I'll deal with you in a second. Okay, so that's full. Then what's going to happen? Well, then they should go up into this. And we're going to build that in just a moment. And what's this, and why is nothing being built? Oh, yeah. That's right. It is being built. It's just that all of the materials are being used for motors. This is rotors. And that's okay. Let me just do it this way. Some of this stuff could be better designed, but I can redo it on at a later time off camera when it's not time sensitive. But we're getting the job done. Getting all of this filtered in just like we want. And sometimes like a little bit of spaghetti like that looks nice. Okay, and that one and one more. And then we're going to tackle how we are syncing these. Okay. So, with that, let's say I want a awesome sync here. And what I want, and we're going to do our usual little trick here. And let's zoom this way. Now the difference here is we're actually going to use a merger. And it's going to go in this direction. Okay. And we can delete all of this now. I do like that you can unselect now. Just before you would have to basically redo your entire selection. Okay, and so that they don't look like they are just hovering in space, even though they kind of are. We're going to add all of these in. So there's kind of a chain system going on here. You know, some of these rely on other materials to be built before it overflows, right? And other ones, it kind of doesn't matter. Like here, like the motors, for instance, right? The motors have a prerequisite of rotors. And what's nice about that is it means that rotors will keep being produced until we satisfy all rotors. And then once all rotors will keep being produced until motors are satisfied. Once motors are satisfied, then rotors get produced and get dumped into a sink. Once the storage container is full of those, then it switches over to dumping into the resource sink. So we are basically prioritizing the addition of our storage, primary, and then secondary, syncing of materials. So I have a whole bunch of rotors, which should be, I believe, this container, because I think this is stators, and then this should be motors. Yep. So this is going to help when it gets to a point. Let's see, can I build the hub here yet? No, because the part is probably in there. Okay, let's offload some of this stuff. I've got nobelisks, and again, we can do a catwalk up here, like we did before. Black powder, no, this is nobelisks. Let's get those added in. Got AI limiters in here somewhere. Let's get those added in. That. Oof, so close, you know? Let's just get some of this crap in here. So that I can get the hub back out, but I want to place it properly. Okay, we can get rid of this container. Like, look how many of these rotors we have. And I'm probably actually, now that we've got that, I'll probably kickstart the motor production. I have those, I have those. Let's get those locked away. Yeah, this is cool. This worked out basically just like I planned it to, which is always a nice little surprise when you can get all of your factory running exactly the way you intended it to. Okay. And then that's an easy one. Actually, what we should do is add in a thing for excess. So maybe I'll do it this way. And we'll do a merger. And then let's add in this excess. Because those are full. Right? And that's backed up, so it means any additional plates are going directly into that. But actually, now that I think of it, like we should... Oh my gosh. I should dump some of them into kickstarting over here. Oh, these are. Okay, well let's get some screws in here. Since we have so many of these, and we can both get rid of the crap that's in our inventory and then also kickstart. I built a lot of these walls just as a, well, easy way to identify different factories, because otherwise it's just a slew of buildings and it makes it a lot harder to identify what is the start of one factory and the end of a different one. Okay. And then what's this? Yeah, let's just add these in. Like so. I like to do this a little bit as well, because then you're preloading some lines. Machines are working less, means you're drawing less power. Stuff like that. What's over here? Stators, that's okay. Here. Yeah, see, we could just add in these additionals. We got, I mean, that is a lot of rotors. A lot of rotors. Just sitting with our backlog. Those I'm going to save. And then I'm going to dump the rest of these rotors. And we're going to call the video here soon because we are actually well over on time. But in addition to that, I'm just going to let this run. So I'm going to be going out tonight with some friends, and I'm just going to let it run the entire time I'm out. You know, which is, it's fun. Okay, so we'll do the hub Like maybe like so. And then I'll just take that. I'll add all this crap in here. And where's the power stuff that's always annoying? And we're going to do a couple of things and call in the video. As per usual, it's not the end of a video unless I have basically said it's the end of the video 10 times. Okay, I like this spot for the storage box of that crap. And then over here, I like the equipment workshop. And then let's say the man will go here, and then the awesome shop will go right there. Easy. Actually, I'm going to turn it and put it right there. That's cleaner. So what we're going to do is get the last of these motors, which we should have 50 of, no problem. Like, rotors are backing up. 50 of them. Almost literally slid off the edge, not paying attention. Add this. And then in the next video, guess what we're doing?
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
During out-of-base activities. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this video. We got a lot accomplished in these past few. Getting our additional, tiers 3 and 4 materials all set up and automated. Yeah, tier 3 and 4 materials. Yep. Yep, every single one of them in tiers 3 and 4 has been automated. Next up, we got to get rubber and plastic into the mix. And then we also got to get heavy modular frames into the mix. And then honestly, we're basically in, like, approaching end game at that point. Because then it's about setting up a future forward factory. And I'm going to do it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe here. Maybe here. I don't know. There's a whole giant waterfall, and I want it on that. So that's where we're going to build. And I've got some cool ideas of what I like it to look like. So I'm super excited about that. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It super helps me out getting these videos more visible to other people. And so, yeah, if we can get that happen, then that makes things a lot better for me. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it, and I'll catch you in the next one.